Hello, beautiful friends. This is Erika here to do an energy update for the collective. Divine masculine, divine feminine. See what's going on. There have been a lot of energies swirling around here for the last while. Things are definitely ramping up energetically and a lot of big things transpiring. So coming on to see where the energy is at right now and give you guys some guidance so that you can stay centered, stay grounded, stay clear, and stay of unity consciousness through all of these big energies and things that are happening now. These videos are intended to be timeless. Anytime that you find the video and it resonates, that's Spirit's way of bringing you the message as it is meant for you at the time it is meant for you to hear it. So with that, I'm going to do a reading here on what's going on with Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, what's going on in their dynamic. And I do want to touch on something that I feel is something I want to mention, because those of you guys that are around YouTube world, you may be seeing a whole bunch of stuff coming out around, how do I say this? Because we are moving into, as a mass consciousness, more into unity consciousness. I mean, we have ascended so far from moving from third dimensional consciousness and all the way up, and we are really starting to gain critical mass. And so because so many people, and because consciousness is shifting so much into unity consciousness, with that, with that comes some with that just comes some, how do I say this, because it's just I'm trying to be very I'm trying to be just very clear. With this happening, there are some dark forces that don't want people to wake up, to come to fully unity consciousness. If you are a twin flame, this can mean that there are forces that just don't want you to come into union. Now, this is nothing to be afraid of. This is nothing to be alarmist, nothing like that. This is just something that for you to be aware of as you're navigating your life. So if you're here watching these videos, clearly you're on a path of growth. You're definitely, awakening. You are growing. You're connecting to your divinity, your higher consciousness. You are ascending. And it's especially important now simply just to remember the simple disciplines of things that keep you in your light. So, the dark, I don't want to give it too much energy at all, because it really is something that if you give it more, it's just not, I don't want to give it energy. What I do want to give energy to is just having you guys understand what you can do in your own life to just stay clear, stay grounded, stay connected. There are things that are coming on right now to sabotage light workers, to sabotage people doing beautiful work to help heal so many people. And again, it's just when you stand more in your light, the dark's going to come out towards you. But it's nothing to be concerned about. It is just something to be aware of. So you're going to start seeing these things happening in life around you, the grand world scene. There are already things that are happening, institutions that are potentially crumbling. Like, there's just a lot of things coming to light because it's that time. And with this, it's just important to remain aware. And anyhow, I'm not going to get too much into it here, but this is really about staying in your light. This is just your role is to stay in the light. And I'll give, as we go, the guidance throughout the video about that. But I just want to mention it because I know some people can be very alarmist about it. And, that's bringing in an energy of fear and panic, and there's no need for that, okay? Again, this is something where your role is to stay in your unity consciousness. How can this show up? This can happen. This can show up in so many different things, not even specific to your relationship if you are a twin flame. This can happen in all aspects of your life, something unexpected. You see something you watch, something happens in your relationship that maybe makes you start to doubt the connection or doubt that it's ever going to manifest. There may be things happening in your life where it's like something happens that's out of the unexpected, out of the blue, that just feels really odd or weird. And, again, just being aware of it is what, not just being aware of it, but just being aware of what's important for you to focus on. So I am going to be doing an extended reading for this energy update, and where we're going to go more in depth. But what I'm also going to do in that extended reading is I am going to give you more specifics on different ways that this can show up in your life, how you can stay in your light, tips for staying grounded and protected, and just, things that are important for you to know. So I'm going to be adding that as a little bit of a special portion of the extended reading, where we're going to get into like, okay, so what can I do? But the main point is, and you guys, many of you already know what this is to stay connected to your truth, stay connected to what resonates in your heart, not in your head, what resonates in your heart. There's a lot of misinformation that's out over on the internet, on YouTube, and there are people that maybe once you resonated with, and suddenly something changes and it doesn't resonate for you anymore. Pay attention to that. If you hear something that makes something not sit right, or that brings up a fear or a trigger in you, look at that, get underneath it. Why is this here? And then the quicker you can move to unity consciousness, understand the higher perspective of why certain things are showing up in our lives, you're going to be good. You're going to be good. Not letting yourself fall into the spiral of fear and like one thing to another to another. That is where we just have to be, as light workers, extra vigilant in our lives. And then we're good. So I am going to be including that in the extended. So really just more specifics on what can help. Okay, so let's get an overall energy here I'll pull one for masculine, one for feminine. Let's get an overall energy for the masculine. And we're getting past lives. So this is about releasing past life karma. This is about healing your past, raising your vibration. This is really the mission work of light workers. Often stems from things from past lives, but this is really about letting go of karmic. The masculines have been, and the feminines, but the masculines in particular have been letting go of past life karmic patterns, karmic lessons even relating to the feminine. So it's not, it's not just related to other partners in their lives or anything like that. It's actually also releasing past life karma. He is currently breaking through what has held him back. That usually relates to things that have happened in a past life. Now, I do past life sessions. I do healing sessions that clear the energy. These are things that are manifesting in this incarnation because there's unresolved karma. And so that is what's happening now. The masculine is really in the process of purging this. So it's beautiful that it's happening, because it's like, this is the deep stuff. This isn't just like what happened in childhood, right? This is like stuff that's gone on for potentially many, many, many lives, which is big, which is part of what the divine masculine's role is here, is to shift it in his life, and that will ultimately help others. Let's see what the energy of the feminine is right now. And we're getting gentleness. So this is a card about being kind to yourself, to others. Be gentle. Speak words of love. This is speaking to something I'm going to cover more in depth in the extended reading, but this is really about, no matter what's happening in the dynamic right now with the masculine and the feminine, it's especially important for the feminine to stay in her light, to stay in her knowing. She might be upset at him, frustrated. She may be like not psyched with where things are going, because there's been a lot of shakeups happening in the dynamics between the twin flames, where it's like they're close to union, things just keep getting in the way, or they're uncovering more and more and more about things where they thought they were either past them, or and she may be a little exasperated or frustrated. However, this is the reminder for her to continue to send him open-hearted love energy, okay? Because he is dealing with some really, he's dealing with a lot of the dark. Not only for his own dark, but for the dark of the collective. You know, the sins of the past, how the distorted masculine has shown up and conditioned all of us to not be in the, to be in the manifestation of the distorted masculine, not the divine masculine. So this is what he's got a big task at hand here. And so for the divine feminine, it's very important that you be kind to yourself. This is also consistent with the last reading I did about being very nurturing to yourself, being gentle, being very loving, and just kind of softening. But it is also specific to your masculine, okay? So remember, stay in your light, okay? Very important. So let's get some cards here on what is going on. I'm going to pull 9 cards. So we'll pull recent, past, current, energy, and what's coming in. So let's get 3 on the recent past. See which segment we're tuning into here. Recent past. We've got the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, I'm going to actually pull all the cards first, and then tune in and get the other. So let's see what's in the current. Actually, no, they're guiding me to just do this first. Okay. So what's happened here recently is there's definitely the regrets of the past. You know, it's like one thing after another after another. You see here, this is the before tarot, the foresight tarot, like the before. So this is right before the typical arcana. So in this card with the 5 of Cups, you see there's the 4 cups standing, and it's like the cat is tipping over the cup. And in the tradition, in the Rider-Waite version, 3 of the cups have fallen, 2 are still standing. So it's about having regrets. And it's like this person's staring at this cat, like just tipping things over and over. It's like one thing after another. And it's like, really? So there is an energy of things starting to crumble here. Or feeling like they're starting to crumble. It's like the doomsday energy, right? Where it's like, oh no. It's like, I can't do things to change the past, and it's like, it just keeps getting worse and worse. There's like more things coming up, because there is this card, this 5 of Wands, of being conflicted. It's like these guys are all starting the battle. They're starting this fight. They're rushing in to start the fight. They're not all assigned yet. So it's almost like this is prepping. It feels like in the past here, there is this like things starting to go downhill and then things starting to escalate, if that makes sense. They are both 5s, which are energy of change. And what's happening here is we do have the Knight of Wands, who is also present. And what I'm feeling from this is it feels like the masculine wants forward movement here with the feminine, but then things keep getting in the way. And again, this is kind of what I was starting the video talking about, there are things that are trying to sabotage things getting in the way. And so again, it's not to be scared of it, just to be vigilant about what's happening. But this does feel like what's going on. He wants to move forward towards his feminine, but it's also like that that it's kind of crumbling before one's eyes here. Okay, well, let's see what the current energy is. And I'm not going to read reversals, but let's see what the current energy is coming through as. Because see how the Knight of Wands, he's not like out in the field. He's just leaving the castle. He's like starting his journey towards his feminine. But there are definitely regrets and he's realizing things about the past that are now coming to fruition. It's like he's having this awareness of like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, even though he's had a conscious awareness of what's happened in the past, he has now the higher perspective. Okay, let's see what's going on here in the current energies. We have the King of Cups, and we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Chariot. Okay. So what's happening now is there is forward movement here, because we have the Knight of Wands, and then coming in here is the Chariot. So there is an alignment happening. It's like he was on his way first, but then there is something that's clicking right now. That he's understanding the depth of his emotions. He's not sharing what his emotions are. He's trying to have his emotions not get the best of him with this King of Cups. Because it's like he's got a job to do. And he's just not really sharing. There is some communication here coming in. And it feels like he's not quite sure what action to take. Where it's like whatever action he feels like he started to take towards his feminine, it's like they're saying he screwed up. Something went wrong, that maybe he started making this move and then something came up, right? Something that's caused some conflict, something that caused some regrets. And it's like he wants to move forward, but he's feeling a little hesitant because of what's just happened, when he thought he was starting to make a move towards her, and then he kind of screwed something happened that now is making him feel like he's gone backwards. The Page of Wands. But again, this conflict has made him feel like this. I mean, he's regressed a little bit, but he's also matured in his emotions. He knows how he feels about his feminine. And again, this has been so consistent. He knows the depth of his feelings. He just might not be showing it or telling you if you're the feminine. But he has taken like a couple steps forward and a couple steps backward, right? Do-si-do kind of a thing. So let's see what's coming in here. Let's see what's coming in. We're getting the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the World. Wow. So, that's really, really, really good energy, huh? Queen of Swords, though, she's, so, you know, the Ten of Pentacles and the World together, it's like joy, contentment. Like the end of this chapter is coming so that we can start the new chapter towards abundance, happiness. Here are the 10 Pentacles here. They're in the chest. And here's a little toddler playing with them and the dog's hanging out. It's like a happy family. Everything's good in the household. But there could be some, it does feel, so this could be a few different things. With the Queen of Swords here, we do have this queen who has made, she's been decisive. She's no drama. She's very she's very no bullshit, and she's very decisive, and she can go cut things out. But what's really, so this is the after tarot, kind of what happens after the initial part. I've had these cards for so long, but I don't think I've ever used them on a video. So, and again, I'm just reading these intuitively. I'm an intuitive reader. So, she's staring up at this butterfly, which is all about transformation. So it does feel like whatever's been cut out, it has caused a transformation. This could be the feminine communicating some truth, being very decisive about what she wants in her life. This also just feels like whatever has been communicated, the truth that's been communicated, it has caused a transformation. Almost like something needed to be said or something needed to happen in order to bring about this transformation that's leading to this beautiful energy. Beautiful energy. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull from a different deck. Let's see what energy is currently supporting each of them. So what, actually I'm going to first start with what's challenging each of them. So what's first challenging the masculine, please? Having spiritual strength, developing spiritual strength. It's like he is learning to develop his higher consciousness through the challenging situation. Okay, so he's in this place where it's like, oh, this kind of put me through the ringer a little bit, but it's helped me develop a new level of spiritual strength because he knows how he feels about his feminine. So now it's like he's got to deal with the stuff that he has to deal with in order to get to her. These are either ways he's been in the past to others or to her, things that have transpired between the two, but he is being challenged right now with developing this spiritual strength, which is good, obviously, because it's like you're not, until you're tested, you can't grow. And he's being tested right now, that's for sure. Let's see what energy is supporting him. This one wants to come out. And we're getting the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, so he's in the energy of like between two worlds, right? There's knowing where you want to go, but then actually getting there is another story. So he's being supported by the energy of getting things more grounded and more stable. He's working, and there's also some abundance here around him. So I'm just getting drawn to the grapevines around him for some reason. It's like he's ready to go to work, and he's like kind of started to work. He's got himself prepped, and he's about to get to even more work. Okay, he's like, it's almost like, this is so ridiculous, but I'm getting this image of like a chef who's like sharpened his knives. He's got his table all set out. Like he's got all his tools on his table here, and he's got an axe, and he's got a knife or a sword, and he's like, all right, I'm ready to go do my work. Show me what I have to do. And I'm getting drawn to the fact that you probably can't see it, but on the table, there's the light, and then there's a little bit of a shadow over here. So it's like the light is starting to come in. He's ready to do his work. The dark is on its way out. It's so amazing how you can use these cards so many times and notice brand new things every time. It's just the way that they work. I love using cards for that reason. Okay, let's see for the feminine, what is she currently being challenged with? And she's getting challenged with the Two of Cups. So, Sorry, my neighbor's kids are yelling and I can hear them. They just distracted me for a second. The walls, man. She's being challenged. This partnership is what she's being challenged with, honestly. Trusting that he's going to come towards her. Trusting that he's on his way. She's here. Her hands are tied, but he's coming towards her, but her hands are kind of tied. If you can see, she's actually tied to the rock. And she's not able to defend herself here. So she can't physically do anything. She has to just have faith. The feminine who is in this situation, in this card, is needing to rely on her truth and her faith in the divine, that this partnership is going to happen. Again, what we talked about, making sure that you stay shored up in your truth around your life and your guidance and your masculine. Okay, what's she currently being supported by? The Queen of Wands. I love it. She's being supported by this confidence that she does have. I mean, because look at this. We're getting the Two of Cups. We're getting the Queen of Wands. And it's like her faith and her confidence in her faith. It's being tested a little bit right now, but she's got it. She's being supported by the Queen of Wands, who's extremely confident. She's a bit of a spiritual badass. She's also very magnetic, okay? When she's in her alignment, in her energy, she draws the masculine to her. She draws experiences, abundance. She draws light to her. She also emanates light, okay? So she's being supported by being in her light. She's very light-filled here, that's for sure. All right, I feel like pulling... Let's pull a romance angel card for each. Let's pull one for the masculine, one for the feminine, and one for the union. So the masculine right now, getting to know each other, revealing your innermost selves to each other. This is what he is wanting to do. You know, he certainly wants to connect deeper with his feminine in a new way, because this is about, no matter what relationship they've had in the past, they really don't know each other very intimately from an open-hearted place. So he is in the process of figuring out how he can open up his heart, connect to his emotional body in a new way. Remember, that's what has been going on with the masculines. They've been very much opening up to that part of who they are. And so this is the continuation of that. It's like opening up, and then how do I interact with her from this place with my emotional body open as opposed to shut? Because he is here in the King of Cups, which is he's got the feelings, he's got the depth of emotion. It's just a matter of how do I reveal this? Because he doesn't reveal. He doesn't reveal very much. But he's learning, he's moving from this to be able to communicate open-heartedly. Let's get one for the feminine. Whoa. And we're getting express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. All right. So we started the reading for the feminine here with this gentleness. Speak words of love. This is something that, again, is another topic altogether. That it's a very long topic, and I've talked about this in other videos, but this is a time where some feminines need to be reaching out to their masculines, okay? This is a general video. It's not going, I'm not going to advise you either way. But this is a time where there are times, if you are guided, Divine Feminine, you might need to reach out to your masculine. for what he's going through. He might need a little bit of that connection. Again, this has to do with the energetics of it, which is something that I got when I get a lot of guidance from Archangel Michael, where he helps understand the energies of how they're working between the masculine and the feminine and what the role of each of them are. But there may be a need for some of you to actually reach out. And it's not going to be for everybody, and this is up to you to discern whether it is important. I know that there are times, like for example, there are times where with guidance in general, my job is to constantly listen to the guidance that I'm getting, learning to discern the guidance and then acting on the guidance. There are times where Spirit will give me clear guidance to take a certain action. And me, my ego, my fears say, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But Spirit's like, yeah, I know you don't want to do that, but it's important to do it now. And they're very clear. And there are other times where I feel like I want to take a certain action, again, in any part of my life. And Spirit's guidance is, no, you shouldn't. And I'm like, really? But I really want to. And they're like, no, it's not the right time, or it's not the right action. All right? And so I can tell you that the blessings that have come for me in my life are when I'm getting the clear guidance and it's bumping up against a really big fear that I have. It's like, oh, shoot, are you really telling me that it's time to do that? Or it's time to take that step? And they're like, mm-hmm. And they're very clear. If they are in the mushy middle, I wait until the guidance is clear. But trust me, there may be some feminines here that it's important for you to reach out. Listen to your guidance on it. Don't, is it coming from the heart or is it coming from the head? And again, this is why this can be such a long video, just this topic. Please, I can't not say this. Please, when you take action, guided action, it has to be from a place of non-attachment. It has to be from a place of, I am doing this action because I'm being guided to do the action. I'm not doing the action to get an anticipated result. I'm not doing it in the hopes of getting this or in the hopes of having this happen. It's like, I am guided to do this. I'm going to do it, and I don't know what's going to come from it. So please know that when you're taking action from a guided place, from a centered place, from an open-hearted place, that you do so without attachment, without expectations. Okay? So please, let that be a litmus test for you when you are thinking about action. It's like, if you're honest with yourself, are you reaching out? Are you going to do something because you want something to happen? Or are you doing it because maybe it's just about him feeling your love? Knowing that you are there, knowing that you care about him, knowing that there's that connection. So again, that could be a whole other video in and of itself. However, let's get one on the union energies. Attraction. And you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So this card is about the law of attraction to me. Certainly it can mean that there is an attraction, but again, this is about the energetics. There are energetic, physical principles that are at play here that are pulling you both together. So this is about being in the present moment, not being focused on the past, not being focused on the future, appreciating exactly where you are in this moment with no other cares in the world. Okay, so wherever you're at, be in the present moment, because that's exactly like what I was just sharing with your if for the feminines, if you are taking action, non-attachment, I'm just going to take this action and be in the present moment. I'm not going to worry about what's going to come next. I'm not going to worry about what's happened in the past. In this moment, I'm getting the guidance and it's clear, and I'm going to take action. So I'm going to smell this beautiful rose and appreciate where I'm at right now and see what else unfolds. So, all right, guys. Well, if this feels like this is what's been going on for you guys, what you've been sensing in your heart and in your truth, I'm going to go and do an extended reading where we're going to get into so much more depth on what's happening between these two. We're going to get into actually more on the dynamic between them. What's happening? How are they both relating to the dynamic? We're also going to get into things like, you know, what they're both consciously thinking and feeling about each other, what they're both currently healing and working on, what they are wanting the other one to know, all of that stuff. So if this feels like your situation and your energies of the situation, then in the next video we are going to get into how to navigate these energies. And again, I'm also going to do a special part of the video where I talk about how to stay in your light, how to not let things that are going to come at you in your life as sabotage to help the things that are, you know, just going to be happening to light workers. I'm going to get more into details there, how it may be showing up, and then just how to look at it, how to handle it, and how just to stay in your light, just how to make sure that you're doing that. So I'm going to get more specifics in the extended reading over there. So I hope this has been helpful, guys. And remember, stay true to your truth, your light. Only you can know what's right for you. This is not about following somebody and listening to everything they think. This is truly about a journey of your connection with the divine and your connection with your truth. So if you want to do the extended reading, the link is down below. If not, I will see you guys next time, and I send you so much love. Bye.